In this lesson, we are continuing with the Leave It lessons. Now, at this point, your dog should be able to leave the food alone when you ask them to. So if I say, leave it, and we are feeding the dog for leaving it alone. Good. Now what we are going to do, we are going to add in a different type of object. You can experiment with whatever object you want to practice with. I suggest practicing with multiple things. The first thing that I'm going to do is practice with just a wadded up paper towel. Okay, so you have probably noticed your dog really likes tissue paper and anything that they can shred. So I'm going to just ball this up. I'm going to say leave it and do the same thing as I was before by using the leash and my body. So I'm going to show the dog, leave it, block, nope. Good, and reward. I'm going to do this a few times. Leave it. Good, and reward, right? So practice with a few different objects. And now what we are also going to do is we are going to practice some passing by the object. Okay, so at this point we've primarily been working with the dog on one side of our body and dropping the food on the other. Now we're going to see if we can pass the dog by the object and have the dog learn to avoid it. And I'm going to be using a combination of voice tones like or no, and stepping into the dog's space, as well as using the leash to guide the dog away from the object. And you may notice me kind of pop the leash just lightly. All right, so we'll see how we do. So leave it. So the food's here. I'm going to walk the dog by the object. Let's go. Nope, nope. Good. And feed. Leave it. Nope. Little pop. Good. And feed. Leave it. Nope. Good. And feed. I'm going to pick it up again. This time I'm going to have the food in front of the dog as I walk by. Leave it. Nope. Nope. Good. Notice how I change my tone from that negative nope to good. Right? Leave it. Nope. Nope. Good. Leave it. Good. Okay. Place it again. Now I'm going to try to walk a circle around. So the food. Leave it. And let's see if we can make a circle. Good. You can reward at various points. And at this point, the dog just kind of forgot where it was. Nope. Good. Good. Leave it. That's very nice. Good. Nope. Good. Leave it. Good. Okay, so you're going to continue to practice doing circles around the object. And if your dog gets excited like this puppy is doing and starts barking at you, notice that I just ignore that behavior. So I don't want to look at the dog and say, what is it? Or anything like that. I'm just going to ignore it to show the dog that I'm not going to acknowledge or participate in that demand type barking. And when the owners dropped this dog off to me, they said that the dog barks a lot, and we asked them, why does the dog bark generally? And they said, usually when the dog wants us to play with them. So the dog's used to participating in what we call demand barking, which is barking for attention. So that's why you're seeing this dog bark. Leave it. Good. All right. That's what I'm looking for, and that's what I want you to practice with your dog. Practice pass-bys, practice circles, and practice with different objects. Once your dog is doing really nicely on passing by and ignoring the object and looking to you for the reward, then you're ready to move on to the next lesson. Good puppy. That was good. Yes. Oh, good girl. Oh, good girl.